Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the John Went Walking channel. Sure happy to have you along this morning. I'm back out in the green swamp at mile 332 on the Florida Trail on the Western Corridor, and I'm at the right at the trailhead of the Eastern Tract of the green swamp, right off of Rockledge Road. And this morning I'm going to be hiking out to the Stewart Homestead, and I'm going to bring you along for the walk. You're going to do a short single track section, maybe about 10 minutes or so. Then you're going to get dumped back out onto Tanic Road, T-A-N-I-C, and you'll come up on this hunter station. And just on the other side here, we're going to dip right back into the single track. You can see it up there to the right of the porta potties. We're going right back into beautiful woods on this gorgeous morning. And we have another short section of Florida Trail single track, a little bit further than the first, probably 10 to 15 minutes, and we're going to come right back out onto the forest road, which is Tanic Road, and we're going to make a right and continue north up towards the homestead. And again, we're going to come off of Tanic Road, the forest road, and come right back on to into the Florida Trail single track areas through the green swamp. What a gorgeous morning. Okay, friends, nice little single track section through there. I'm now about 3 miles in, and I can see I'm coming back out to Tanic Road, and going to continue north on the Florida Trail along the Tanic Road, and I think we're going to cross the Withlacoochee River here very shortly. And we crossed a short series of bridges on the Tanic Forest Road, and we're heading back into the single track here. We're kind of adjacent or crossing. We're right near the Withlacoochee River, and just going to follow this, stay on the Florida Trail a little bit further out here. Beautiful morning. Bone dry, but it's okay because I got lots of water with me. Okay, friends, here's where we come to an intersection out here with the Florida Trail, and then you can see up here it's marked very well, the day loop and the weekend loop in white. Day loop is in blue, weekend loop is in white. I'm going to take my friend Diesel's Outdoor Excursions and cross this bridge and make my way up towards Stewart Homestead. I'm about an hour in right here at this point. And I got to give a quick shout out to Diesel's Outdoor Excursions. That's what kind of motivated me to get out here. I've been wandering out here in the green swamp for the past year or so, but I never took the time to go up to this Stewart Homestead, and watching his video, I decided it'd be a nice day loop for me, so I'm gonna go out here and check it out. If you haven't checked out his videos and you enjoy trail hiking here in Florida, you really should do it. Diesel's Outdoor Excursions. It's D-I-E-S-E-L-S Outdoor Excursions. Okay, friends, coming off the blue loop. Blue loop is the day loop, and I'm coming up here to Trail Junction, and it's going to be, I'm going to be back on the Florida Trail and the Orange Trail, and I'm going to hop on the Orange Trail and the Weekend Loop combined trail. You can see up here the orange and white colors, and on the Far Out app I'm right at about mile 336.5, still headed out towards Stewart Homestead. Wow, look at this beautiful little bridge out here in the middle of the green swamp. Special shout out to the Florida Trail Association, of course, for doing such an incredible job providing this opportunity for me and for thousands of other hikers. And a special shout out to the Florida Trail Association, and I believe it's the Heartland chapter, for the incredible work they do out here maintaining these trails. It's just impossible to overstate just how beautiful and clean it is out here. Okay, friends, I'm about 2 hours in, probably about 5 miles. I'm out at Florida Trail 337 mile marker on Far Out app, and I know from watching my buddy Diesel's videos I need to make a right here and head out in the white loops. I don't know, I'm probably a couple of miles from the homestead. Still plodding along. Okay, friends, I can tell right away the orange blazes have me spoiled. The Florida Trail Association, stepping off onto these white blazes, you can see it's not nearly as clean, and that's all right. At least I can see the marks out through there, so I should be able to follow it pretty easily. So beautiful out here on the white blazes on my way out to Stewart Homestead. It's kind of slow going. The trail's a little bit rough, not mowed at all, not cleared, but there is a nice little path through here. And of course, it's so well marked, you can just go from one blaze to the next. Hope y'all are enjoying the video. It is gorgeous out here today. Over my 64.5 years on Earth, I've learned that slow and steady tends to get you where you're going, get you to your goal, no matter whether I were with the Boy Scouts on a 10-mile march in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, or completing a 100-mile ultra run up in Vermont. Slow and steady gets it done. And today, slow and steady, about 3.5 hours from the gate, but got me to the Stewart Homestead home place. And it's really nice to be here. I'm going to take a break and look around for a little bit and take a few pictures. All right, so I'm right up here at the Stewart Homestead, right outside the building. It's still, the frame is still standing, well over 100 years old. It's an incredible story. A Stewart family, man and his wife, lived here. They were farmers and they had some animals, and they actually suffered a terrible fate here when their grandson and a friend of his came to visit, and apparently the motive was robbery. Mr. Stewart had some money here in this little house, and the grandson wanted it, and him and the friend stayed overnight. And overnight, while they were staying here, sometime in the middle of the night, they woke up and took axes to Mr. and Mrs. Stewart. You can see the old stump right here, where apparently they used it maybe for sitting or to relax on. It's old cypress wood. It's in pretty good shape, but I'm not going to go through the whole story. You can certainly Google this and find the story on YouTube. It's an incredible, sad story, historic, and like all history, there are good parts to history and scary parts and negative parts to history, and this was one of the negative parts, where family member murdered his grandparents for money, over greed. You know, the human heart has never changed. We're all still kind of the same, and the Stewarts were murdered right there. I'm gonna walk over here to the cemetery where they're laid to rest. Mr. and Mrs. Stewart were murdered by their grandson with an axe over in that little cabin there that you can see in the distance. And just walk over here to where they're buried. I'll show you the stone and the plaque, which reads Stewart Homestead, Mr. and Mrs. Stewart, Isham, and Sarah, went by Sally. Isham born in 1860, Sarah in 1845, and they died together on May 9th, 1918. They were axe murdered together in their home by Sally's grandson, Joshua Browning, and his friend, John Tucker. And then they're laid to rest right over here. You can see the headstone. Very, very sad story, but certainly a part of the history of the Green Swamp. I'm very grateful to be out here today. This is a welcome relief out at the Stewart Homestead site. A bench from the Florida Trail Association. Gotta love these guys. Right here outside the cemetery, the Stewart Cemetery, and the homestead. What's left of it. Hey friends, I've made a lot of Florida Trail videos, and I gotta tell you, this one I'm gonna always remember being out here on this day. And not just because of the effort to get out here, but because of the circumstances of this visit. I'm at the Stewart Homestead place right behind me here. It's a very solemn scene. You know, I'm kind of a big history nut, and I'm always interested in the past, and I'm not going to go into details here about what happened in this little cabin right behind me, but you can easily Google it, Stewart Homestead, Green Swamp, Florida, and you'll find out all about it. I talked a little bit about it over at the cemetery. I read the plaque and a little bit about it walking in, but just there are a lot of different stories and details, but you know, some of it remains the same, like greedy hearts killing for money. It hasn't changed for 2,000 years, and it's probably going to continue going on with the human hearts such as they are. Today, I'm just so very grateful to have gotten out here and seen the place for myself. What a joy it's been to come walking up through the Green Swamp, not only on the Florida Trail, but then I took the white loop all the way out, back out to Tanic Road up in the north. And when I hit Tanic Road off the white loop, I just made a right, and I don't know, maybe a quarter mile on the right, and I found the Stewart Homestead place right here. So I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to see it myself. I'm thankful for all the people that have made videos before and have shared, and that kind of inspired me to get out here and check it out for myself. I'm grateful that you're watching my videos. I know it's just a handful of people, and I'm grateful for every single one of them. I know we have similar interests. We have the same love of the outside, the same love for the Florida Trail, and I'm grateful for you for sharing the time with me, even if it's a small amount of time and in this time and place. So I wish each and every one of you the very best. And I can't say signing off from the Florida Trail because I'm a couple miles north of it, but I will be seeing you. This is John on the John Went Walking channel, and I'll be seeing you again real soon, my friends, from somewhere out there on the Florida Trail. You all have a wonderful day now.